Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo. Welcome back if you are recurring, or welcome if this is your first time. I am a avid nail polish lover. I also love movies, makeup, lots of different things. So hopefully if this is the first time you're seeing me, you'll see something you like and maybe hit that subscribe button. But anyway, I have a swatch and review today for Polish Pickup, and this is the March one. The theme was rainy days. Now I know I haven't done any videos from Polish Pickup in a while. To be fair, I can't buy it all. But sometimes sometimes I see the theme and I don't like enough of the polishes in my mind to sort of justify buying it. But when I did see this theme, I did see like several that I liked, so I did decide to get some selections. If you're not familiar, Polish Pickup is sort of like a compilation, if you will, and I feel like they just had their anniversary. I think they've been around for like 5 or 6 years. But essentially what they do is that there's lots of different types of indie brands. They have a theme every month, and then those indie brands create a polish. The polishes are only available usually like through the 1st through the 5th of the month, and then it normally takes a good 3 weeks to a month for them to ship it. So even though this is March, and by the time I put this video out, it'll probably come out in May or later than that, it takes a good month to kind of get any of your selections after you actually purchase it, unless you have like PR, and I don't get PR. But anyway, so that's just like a little synopsis of Polish Pickup. So I think it's a really great way to get exposed to lots of different types of brands. There are several brands here that I really like that just don't sell in the US, and that's fine. I mean, they have to do what's best for them, and they may not have a really big US audience to sort of justify selling in the US. But anyway, so there are a lot of different brands in here, and I like that it changes. There are some staples, there are some brands that I buy from pretty consistently that I'm super familiar with, and then there are other brands that, you know, I've never heard of before because maybe it's the first time they've submitted a polish. So I think it's a really great space to give really smaller brands a chance to kind of be seen as well. So I've got some unboxing footage here, and I also gonna throw up a shorts of this for those of you whose attention spans are shot. And then we've got I have some unboxing footage and then some bottle shots as well. So I'm gonna let that play, and then we'll get started on our swatches.
We got everything we need right here. Wine and burning chemistry. You and me alone. You and me alone. Inside of our embassy. Everything we need right here. Make me sing along. Sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. We got everything. Moonlight on your naked skin. Summer's blind us to giving. Where you wanna go? Where you wanna go? Stars align onto your face. Pretty sweet, your sour taste. Make me sing along, sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me, dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Write down all your memories, feel the things you wanna feel, yeah. In the empty bottle lights are the answer. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me, yeah. We got everything we need right here.
All right, so starting off with our first one, we've got Watcha Indie Polish, Rain and Colors. I just want to say that I like this brand a lot. I wish I could buy from them directly, but they are a brand, at least if I think they're like they're based in another country. I'll just say that. I don't want to guess offhand which country they are, but they don't sell in the US, which is okay. Not every brand can do that. Plus, it doesn't always make sense for every brand if they don't have a very big US audience. But it makes me sad because I do follow them on Instagram and they have a lot of really cool stuff. But I can't buy from them outside of like Polish Pickup. But I like the subtlety of this so much. I would say I think this is definitely designed to be a topper. It is a clear base, which I think there's a reflective glitter, and then you have these colorful ones going on as well. So I think they're all circular glitters, and then I see some reds, some greens. So I think this is really, really pretty. But I do kind of like the way that it looks just with like two coats on its own. But I also think this would vibe really well across lots of different things. But I would love to see like what it looks like on a dark polish. But this is Rain and Colors. Next up, we have Artist Nails Embankment. This is another brand that I have purchased from a couple of times in Polish Pickup. I do like them quite a bit, but the last time I checked, again, they don't sell in the US, and that's okay. Sometimes that's how it is. But anyway, I like this. I think this is a really beautiful, sort of softer, kind of understated polish because of like how delicate it is, if that makes sense. It looks like it is a sort of silver base, and it's a silver, maybe almost reflective, maybe not reflective. Reflective is not right. I'm trying to decide. It's not hollow, but it's definitely like a silver base, and then there's some multicolored flakies in there. So I think this is a really good to come after the Watcha Into Polish one, because I think these two kind of complement each other. They're different for sure, but they complement each other. I think they just have different formulas as well. But I think this one is so pretty. And like I said, the thing that I like so much about this one is kind of like how subtle it is. I didn't want to do a third coat because I kind of liked the way that it looked after two. But I think if you really wanted it to be like fully opaque, you would definitely have to build it up more, because it's a very soft sort of sheer polish, so you can definitely see my visible nail line. So if that's not something that you want, honestly, I don't know how many coats it would take you to build that up. Maybe like at least another 2 or 3, because of how delicate, at least soft, the polish is. Okay, I take back what I said. This is definitely hollow. You can see it more when you're looking at my whole hand. So definitely like a classic Holo, definitely like a silver classic Holo base. Anyway, but I think this shade is so gorgeous and I love it so much. So next up we have Crystal Knockout Downtown Drizzle. So this is my first time buying from Crystal Knockout. I haven't bought from Polish Pickup in a while, as I mentioned, so I'm not sure if this is the first time like they have a polish in here, but this is the first time I purchased from them. So again, we have something that I think can double as a top coat. I have a hard time telling the base because there's some flakies in here and the flakies are really big, but I think the base is sort of like maybe like a silver or some sort of shimmer and sort of like a clear base. And then you have some flakies. I definitely see some smaller glitters, some shimmers. So I think this polish is definitely very, very versatile and it has a lot of different things in it. It kind of reminds me of like Mardi Gras as well. But I think this would be really great as a topper as well. I think it would really look good over black. And the thing that I will say about things like this, polishes like this, is that I think they have a tendency to be really thick. This one is thick, so I would say if you are going to wear it by itself, you might just want to make sure you let it fully dry down before you apply another one so that you don't pull up any of the flakies or anything like that, like when you're putting another coat on. Because the thicker it is, the more challenging it is to apply, like when the coat is not fully dry. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is actually really pretty. And, you know, depending on what they put out in future themes, I would definitely buy from this brand again. So next up we have BCB Lacquers Blurred Lights. I think this is probably one of there's like two shades that would like cause me to want to buy this month, and this is definitely one of them. Now BCB Lacquers for me is definitely like a stan in terms of like I do tend to buy from them a lot when it's a theme because I think they just do really good themes. They also do polishes for Hella Handmade Creations as well, which is pretty similar to Polish Pickup. It just has different dates that it does that. But I love this polish. It's like a light brown base, and then it has some kind of shimmer that like contrasts with it, but it's also complementary at the same time. It's like some sort of white shimmer. I don't know. It's hard to describe because it's just, I think this polish is so pretty, and then it's called Blurred Lights, and I'm like, yeah, it does kind of remind me of Blurred Lights. So I love this. This is definitely one of my favorite polishes that I picked up for this theme for sure. One of the ones that drew me there, and I just love this one so much. Next up, we have Camo Colors Lacquers, which I have also purchased from a couple of times, and this one is Cuddle Companions. So I will say that between this and Blurred Lights, these are both, they take on like I think a different approach. Like when people think of the theme rainy days, I don't know if these sort of color palettes come to mind because they're very much in like the brown sort of gold kind of family. Like I think rain, so I think gray, I think blue, maybe some purple. But I think this polish is so beautiful. So it has this sort of like copper base, and then it has like gold in it, and then it's got some like black and white flakies. So I think all of it together just makes it super pretty. It kind of reminds me of like granite or quartz, which I think is really nice too. So I don't know if this makes me think of rainy days. That, I mean, I don't really care that much about it in relation to the theme, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if this thinks, it doesn't make me think rainy days, but I do really love this shade. It makes me feel regal. I feel very bougie, which is very me when I'm wearing this shade. So next up we have Polished for Days Sunday Morning. Oh man, I love this. I love a good blue and I just love the mix of this. So at first glance, I think this is like a blue jelly base, and then you have so many different things mixed in here. You have like a metallic blue flaky, then I see like a royal blue flaky. I think there's like a black there, and there's also maybe like a shimmer or like something else that's silver. But I think it's just really dynamic. I think the combination of it is really good as well. So I really love this polish. I love how it looks. I think this would be super cool in some sort of nail art too. Like I think it would be cool to do like half my nail in this and like half my nail in blue or something like that. I think that would look cool too. Moving on to Hearts and Promises favorite purple rain boots. So this is hands down the shade that I saw that caused me to definitely want to look and see if they had anything I wanted to buy for March. I saw this and I thought it was gorgeous, and it is. I do think that it's a lot subtler when you first apply it. Like, it's very similar to art as nails, because I think it takes a lot of coats to build it up to the level like that I saw it at on the model at, I can't talk, to the level that I saw it on the swatch model. So for me, I did just do 2 coats for this because I feel like in order for me to get it where I wanted it to like not see the visible nail line, I'd probably have to do like 3 or 4 coats. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I just did the 2 coats, and I went for just like a little bit subtler of a look, a little bit more of a sheer look, which I think is still really great. So we have, I'd say it's like a very kind of medium light purple hollow. But it's not like a linear hollow. I think I like to call this like linear hollow light. It's not fully linear hollow, but it's not fully scattered. It's just not as densely packed. And then we have like some purple flakies. I think they're like a royal purple kind of mixed into that. So I think this is really pretty. I just think you have to keep in mind this is very sheer upon first coat, upon second coat. So if you're looking for it to be like fully opaque, it's going to take a couple coats. I don't necessarily think that's a negative thing. I think it just depends on like how you like to rock it. I wouldn't do more than 3 coats of this because I don't like doing more than 3 coats if I can help it. But I also think you could definitely use this as a topper. I say that all the time, but like I think it's great when you have a polish that is super versatile. Like I have cremes that I can use as stamping polishes. I want to be able to get as much bang for my buck as I can. Last up, we have Painted Polish Purple Rain. Oh my god. This is the perfect polish, like as a last polish, because it is so like in your face and so gorgeous. So it's like a deep royal purple in a jelly base. I think it's a jelly base. And then you have some kind of like pink, maybe like a pink iridescent flaky. And then there's definitely like some silver reflective glitter in there. I think the whole combination of this just makes this polish so beautiful. And I have many a polish from Painted Polish. If you came from any of my other videos or if I released it earlier, I have like a whole pink section from them. But they do a lot of reflective glitters. I have like several different types of reflective glitters for them. I think they do a really good job with them. I think they do lots of different colors, and I've seen different colors of reflective glitter, not just silver as well. But anyway, I love a good reflective glitter polish, and I like all of these things together. I think they complement each other really well. And for this one, so I did end up doing 3 coats on this one. I know I said I wasn't going to do 3 coats on most of these, but I noticed a lot of sheerness, at least at the back end. For me, if when I'm painting my nails, if anything is going to shear out in terms of it being like a hole, so to speak, it's always typically like the base of my nails. It's not usually like at the tip of my nail. So for that reason, I don't like the way that looks like when I take pictures and anything. So I usually just do like a 3rd coat, and I try to make the coat a little bit thicker at the base of my nail to kind of get rid of that hole, so to speak, which I always find interesting because like I start with the polish at my base, and that's where I put the most polish, but I guess I do drag it up. So I guess it would make sense that would be the sheerness. But I did 3 coats because I did want this one to be fully opaque, and I didn't want that sheerness at the back of my nails. right, so I do have a little comparison here so you can see how they all look up against each other. So do you have any favorites? Did you guys pick up anything from the March polish pickup? I would say my top 3 favorites are Purple Rain, favorite Purple Rain boots, and Blurred Lights. Those are my top 3 favorites. So if you liked my video, go ahead and give it a like button, really helps me out. You can also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like that from me. Check me out on my socials, which are in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye!